Brendan Reardon, Homestead Survival Gardens. This is what's happening in October in our garden in North Carolina. We'd never have this kind of life in upstate New York, although we did pretty well. This is like an added bonus. My tomatoes are making a comeback. So I did a succession crop with a lot of the tomatoes. I planted a second crop of tomatoes, and look, I don't know if we're going to get them because it's supposed to frost at the end of October here, but if not, we'll make green tomato relish. But look how lush this garden is in October. Look at this. Look at this. Got tomatoes still coming on. They're green. We're going to probably make green tomato relish if we hear the frost is coming, but it's just amazing that we've got stuff growing at this time of year. So, I mean, look, these are Roma tomatoes. These are sauce tomatoes. But what the all-star was, the superstar was this year, was the peppers. These are Carmen peppers, and they are cranking. They were so heavily laden that I had to get extra stakes. By the way, I'll show you in a minute, but we have a stand of bamboo planted on our property. I didn't plant bamboo, and I don't recommend planting bamboo because it's invasive, but there's a stand of bamboo on our property, and this is where we got the stakes. These, you can't see it. Here's a stake right here. These are from our own bamboo growing. So you've got cayenne peppers there, which we're making tinctures out of. And look at this. Beautiful. These are Italian frying peppers. They're called Carmens, but we like to fry them and use them with eggs. So good. So good. You could bake them too. So good. All right, so let's show you what's going on here. So I'm walking through the pepper garden, which has got a ton of peppers, and my goal was a succession garden here. This is the first year we're doing the garden. It's in mulch and compost, which is a challenge to start with the first year, but we did pretty good for the first year. Look at this. This is part of the first garden. These zucchini should be gone by now. Usually the bugs take them over, or disease takes them over, but this is a desert F1 zucchini, and look at that. Still producing zucchinis in October. Now this isn't Florida. We're gonna get frost here. But this is part of the original garden. I didn't have the heart to pull them up because they're still producing. But my goal is to pull up these all and plant garlic over here in their place for the winter in December. And if you're up north, the garlic's got to be planted by probably September or mid-October the latest. But here's our succession garden. So this was beans. These were beans here. Pulled up all the beans, and I planted brassicas. These are cabbages coming. There might be a few other brassicas mixed in here, like broccoli and collards, but this is what they are. And these are coming up. And they can take the frost and the cold, even if they don't come to full head. They can, even if they don't come to full head, they'll be able to be used for smoothies and greens. So here you're seeing both the summer garden and the fall garden. Here are still the remnants of the butternut squash, and they're ready to be picked. We picked a bunch already, but you have to wait until the stem is brown, not green. When it's green, it's not ready. Okay? These actually kept on producing too. These are supposed to be done in, say, July. They should have been all done. But I was very diligent to come out here and pick the bugs off of them, so they decided to stay alive. So here's a whole nother section of the garden, which is our fall garden. And look at this, beautiful. Look at this life here. What a beautiful day, 75 degrees. Beautiful. Look at these carrots. Carrots. This is another crop. If they don't make it in the fall, you could overwinter them and they'll keep on going in the spring. The carrots over there, we've got beets over here. This is our fall garden, beets and turnips. And there's a few stray rutabagas in the middle. And let me show you what we're doing here now. So there'll be one more thing planted in the fall garden, that's gonna be the garlic. But related to the garlic are onions. They're in the allium family. They could take the cold too. So this year, I planted in seed trays onions by pellets. I got these pellets from High Mowing Seeds, Talon onions. They're yellow onions, about 3 inches. And I just put 1 onion per hole in the cell tray, and this is what I got. These are them. Now they're going to be planted right now. And they cost, if you figure out the cost, 1 cent a piece. And the reason why I'm planting them now is because onions are hard to grow. If they don't have a lot of moisture, they just dry right up. So if you plant them in the fall, they have plenty of moisture going through the winter. They got a quick start in the spring, and they'll be done by, over here, they'll be done by May or June. I'll have onions probably by June. And they'll be completely done. And then I can put another succession crop in here. So here we go. I prepared the ground. This has got like a 50-50 mix of compost and native soil. I'm planting them about 3 inches apart. Just happens to be on my tool that's 3 inches apart. Here we go. Put it in the ground. You want to plant the crown or the top about 1 inch under the ground. That's about it. So, here we go. Good, 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 good. That's about 4 inches apart. But look at these. And the good thing about onions is that nothing likes it. Deer don't like them, rabbits don't like them. In fact, they're a good pest repellent. And I'm going to be making some homemade pest repellent just in case over the winter any of these deer get the idea that they like the way my carrot tops look. I'm going to be spraying these with onion repellent by mixing some, not onion or garlic repellent, by mixing some garlic in a blender, and then yeah. Okay. So we're happy to be outside here and planting today. So good, so good. All right, over. God bless you.